Hey friends, how's it going? So, I never thought in a million years I would ever have to make this video, but here we are. So, first of all, if you're new here, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate that, and big thanks to Petermon for giving me a shout out the other day. Like, I fanboyed so hard. You do not even know. If you've made your way over here from him, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate that. Today's video is going to be all about drama in the ASMR community. Yep, you heard that right. Oh yeah. Like I said, this is a video I never thought I'd make in a million years, but here we are. So, for those of you who don't know or aren't part of the community or haven't even heard of it yet, ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. Basically, otherwise known as tingles. People listen to videos, watch videos, whatever, and get various triggers, and they feel very relaxed and tingly, and it helps people fall asleep and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of people watch it to help them if they're having pretty bad anxiety and they can't sleep, or some people play it in the background while they're doing coursework or some blah 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 blah. People use it for all kinds of reasons. Um, previously, before it was known as the ASMR community, it was known as the Whisper community. And then it sort of changed maybe about 5-6 years ago. Anyway, that's a bit of background. So, one of the larger creators, Olivias Kissper ASMR, uploaded a video yesterday, I believe. Either yesterday or the day before. Anyway, I watched it yesterday. And it was titled why she's leaving the community, and does it even really help anxiety and all this. Now, bearing in mind, she's been one of the longest standing creators on on this platform. She's been making videos for like 7 or 8 years, something like that, and I've been watching her for about 6 of those. So I found her quite early on, and I always really liked her videos because they were quite entertaining, but also interesting because she tried to approach things from a bit of a psychological point of view. She used to do a lot of sort of psychological evaluation videos and stuff, and I always find that quite interesting and always helped me sleep. Anyway, she uploaded this video and basically trashed the entire community, and made like these really like broad statements, like it doesn't really work, um, and at one point she compared it to being a heroin user, which the minute she said that, I just went, wow, okay. First of all, and basically said that it doesn't work, and if in order to really deal with your anxiety properly, then you should head over to my other channel, because actually I'm doing life coaching. Now, before she got to that point, she was like, so I'm gonna leave, and it's not working for me anymore. I've tried to do more life coaching content on here, and it's not getting the views, and it's not a sustainable channel anymore. And then proceeded to trash the entire community. And like it's for me personally, I watch them a lot to help me sleep, and have been doing for a really long time. I'd say probably about 6 years, something like that. 7 years now, actually. 6 years. Yeah, 6 years. It'll be 7 years next year. And I just thought, wow, we have supported you and your channel for so long, and now because it's not working, and you think you have come to some great epiphany, that suddenly you're going to trash the entire community. Now, bear in mind, I want to say about 2 years ago, she like her camera broke or something, and she was like, oh my god, I've lost all my files, and please can you help me? And she did this fundraising thing, and the whole community was like, yeah, fine, you know, and they donated money, and they bought her some new equipment. Essentially, they donated all this money. So despite the fact that the community has reached out and helped her and been really supportive, now suddenly, you know, we're all just papering over our massive mental health problems that we apparently all have, and some of us do. Don't get me wrong. And the way she worded her video, it just came across as really bitter and really like, well, this isn't working for me anymore, and therefore it's all crap. And then basically heavily implied, if not outright said at some points, that people weren't getting proper help for their problems, and they were just, you know, they were using ASMR as a placebo or blah 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 blah, and you know, you get the gist of it. She was basically insinuating that none of us were capable of none of us were capable of helping ourselves and all this shit. And so many people commented on that video saying, well, actually, like, yes, I do have anxiety and depression stuff, but this is like, you know, this helps me sleep, which in turn helps me with my mental health, and which is well known that poor sleep doesn't, you know, it really affects your mental health. And actually, you know, I do X, Y, and Z. And I even commented saying, you know, just because you maybe weren't able to do, you know, do that kind of personal work and growth while you were making YouTube videos, or at least ASMR videos, or watching them, doesn't mean the rest of us are not capable. And the fact that, you know, she's compared us to heroin addicts, which is just, why? Like, of all the, like, no. Just no. Like, addiction is a really serious problem. And it's just so very different from, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that people can't get addicted to things like ASMR. They probably can, you know, but let's be real, an addiction is something that will, you know, so adversely affects your life, I think, in a lot of cases, in most, well, all cases. And, like, you know, if you were to say, if you watch ASMR to just, like, fall asleep on a night, that's fine. You know, it's no different from, like, winding down watching your favourite TV program or something, like, as far as I'm concerned, and I think that's probably how most people treat it. And, you know, but it's only, like, it only really starts becoming a problem if you, like, are watching it 24 hours a day, and, you know, if it starts really affecting your everyday life, just because you want to sit down and, like, get some tingles or watch a video, like, that's an addiction. You know, that's when it becomes a real problem. And I would guess that 99% of us are not like that. So, like, I have no problem. Like, I'm sad that she wants to stop making ASMR videos, because she's very good at it. She does it very well. I am very sad that she decided to trash the entire community on her way out the door. If she'd have just made a video saying, "Hey guys, making this kind of content isn't fun for me anymore," or it's just not working for me now, but I want to move in this direction. This is what I'm doing, and it would be cool if you join me, but if not, I'm going to leave all my content up anyway. Which is the other thing, actually. She was like, oh yeah, like, oh, but I am going to leave all my videos up, so don't worry. So you've trashed us, but then you're like, well, I still want the ad revenue. Like, no, you can't have it both ways. If you really think the ASMR community is that bad and that detrimental, then, you know, stick with your principles, if you see what I mean. Like, don't just, yeah. it made me really angry to watch it. And she tried, and and she's all like, "Oh, but it's not a bad thing if you want to watch it. For now, if you're still there and you need to keep watching it, for now, that's great. But when you're ready to move on, come and use my life coaching services and all that." I'm just like, but yeah, as I was saying, if she'd have done it in a way that was like, "Hey, this isn't working for me, and this is the direction I want to move in. Thanks everyone so much for supporting me. This is the last video," sort of thing. I think every single one of us would have been like, "Okay, well, I'm sad you're going, but good luck, and yeah, we'll maybe watch your other channel." But she didn't do that, and even I probably would have gone and looked at her other channel and had a look at it and maybe even used some of our like ideas and stuff. But the fact that she just compared it to like an addiction, excuse me, especially a really serious drug addiction like heroin, like which is some serious shit. Just it was really shocking, and it came across as really bitter and really just petty and disingenuous and really condescending. That was the overarching thing I really took from this. It was so condescending, the way she spoke about it, and the way she treated it. To offer kind of a contrast, and I will link a video down below so that if you can watch it and sort of decide for yourselves, because obviously this is just my interpretation and how I took it and how I reacted to it. In contrast, there was there is another YouTuber who I am still subscribed to because he still makes great content, even though he doesn't make ASMR content anymore. Is a guy called Duff the Psych, and he was one of the first. Again, he was one of the first YouTube channels, ASMR channels, sorry, that I watched, because he made really great role plays and etc. etc. Now he's a psychotherapist by profession, and that's what he trained in, and that's what he does now, and that's what a lot of his videos are now focused on is all that whole kind of topic really. And he does videos from like, it's like this video analysed by a psychotherapist kind of thing, which is actually quite interesting because he gets to talk about it from he gets to talk about that topic from a professional point of view, and I really like a lot of the content he puts out now. He basically did a kind of same thing in that he was like, "Hey, I've got a kid now, and I don't have enough time for YouTube anymore. It's not like, or at least for ASMR videos now, it's not where I want to put my energy anymore. I'm gonna leave them up, and I still love you all, and I'm probably gonna put more psychologist related content out. If you want to watch it, that's cool. If not, no worries. Thanks for all the fish." And he was just really chill and humble about it, even though okay, he might have been losing money for all the hell we know, but I suspect the fact that he was a new father really did have a lot to do with it. So yeah, his motivations were a little different, but he, like, in contrast, he was really just humble and lovely about it, and didn't feel the need to storm out the house and then burn it down on his way out the door. So it was a very different kind of approach to it, and for that, because of that, and also because I think psychology is a really interesting topic. Because of that, I still watch his videos and admire his character a lot. I think he's or at least the character he presents on YouTube. Obviously, no, that sounds really cynical. I mean, I'm a little cynical, but that's why I make these videos. But his, demeanor was very different, and he was very gracious and humble about it. And as somebody who's watched him for a long time, And it's just like, yeah, great, this doesn't work for you anymore, but you're not being a dick about it. Whereas, on the other hand, this, Olivia is all like, well, I'm a life coach now, and I have all the answers to solve your anxiety, and you should come and I run all these workshops, and you should hire my service. Like, no, as a marketing strategy, this is a bad one. You're just gonna piss a lot of people off, honestly, and she did massively. Anyway, that's it. That's my piece. That's my rant about it. Yeah, my takeaway was it was just a very bitter, very condescending video, and just yeah, I really wanted to get behind her, and I watched it going into it, and the first sort of minute or so, I was like, okay, she's having. She does say in the video that she's having she recently lost a friend, which is kind of what really made her think about it, to bereave. She's going through bereavement. And so when she said that, I was like, okay, I'll try and watch this with a grain of salt. And it just kept getting worse and worse. And I just thought, I was very, I felt for her that she'd lost a friend, like her childhood friend. I really felt for her, and I thought that was an awful thing. And so I'll never ever trash her for that. And while I will look at this video from a place of compassion, it's not an excuse to be a dick either. So, if you're gonna leave the community and you wanted to make that kind of video, maybe wait until you just calm down a bit from that, rather than trying to gaslight us into using your life coaching services. Or not gaslight, but kind of use a bit of really bizarre. If you've heard of the term negging, that was that video. Essentially, massively applies to that. Anyway, that's it. Really, that's all. That's all I have to say about it. Drama in the ASMR community. Who would have thought? It's that this whole community. The whole point of it is relaxation and calm and being chilled out. And there's drama. Can't escape it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you really like my content, I'd love it if you subscribed. Like I said, I will leave a link to her video down below. And just the psych as well, if you're interested in content about psychology. And I will see you all another time. Take care. Bye-bye.